Alright, so welcome to this week's episode. Today we're going to talk about something that I'm really passionate about. I think I found a pretty neat solution that exists out in the market, and that's staying cool at night. So you're moving onto a boat, power is an issue, right? We're not motorboats. I have some motorboat friends. They run the generator all night long, all day long, AC 24/7 going in their boat. It is so nice and cold. That's not sailing life. We prefer not to run the generator, right? We try to live off solar, and so we need to find better options to keep ourselves cool. Having a boat with great ventilation, that's one way. It'll help you stay a little cooler. Kelpie 1, like our first boat, had amazing ventilation in the bed had a hatch right over us, so that would cool us down. So Kelpie 2 is a little different. We have a hatch right at the end of the bed. It opens up. It's pretty small. If the wind's coming the right direction, you get a good bit of wind flow coming in, but it's not the same level of wind flow at all. We open a hatch in the bed area and we open a hatch in the bathroom, and you kind of get a cross breeze going, but not amazing for cooling. So there's a couple ways I've addressed this, and one way is this really cool product that I'll show you in a minute, and it's called OOLER. It is a cooler for your bed, or a heater actually. So it can do heat or cooling. All right, let's go check this thing out. So this here next to the bed is the OOLER Cooler. So it's a pretty small unit. You can click on it and kind of see. So it's currently set at 68 degrees. I actually just turned it on to show you. So it's currently 76 degrees is the water temperature. So you put water in this little hole right here, and then it runs through these tubes on the back, and it goes into the bed. So looking at the bed, there's a pad here. Go under the sheet. This is the pad that it comes with, and you can't really see it. It's hard to make out, but there's some little tubes that run all through this pad. You can't really feel them in bed. I mean, they're a little. You feel them a little tiny bit. There is a new version of this that you can't feel. But essentially it runs all that water underneath your body, so you can have like a very cool bed at night. And it takes way less power than running our AC. So that's really why it's an amazing thing, is that the power consumption is not very high. Alright, so that was the OOLER Cooler on the bed. Now let's talk about power. What does it take? Are we talking 1,000 watts? Are we talking 500 watts? What are we talking about here? Why is this a game changer for us? So each one of those units for each side of the bed is 144 watts. That is nothing compared to AC. If I was to crank on our AC in that bedroom, we'd be burning at least 1,500 watts pretty consistently, maybe 2,000. Different situations for different people depending on the size of your AC units, but 280 watts between the two of us to stay cool at night, that's pretty awesome. It makes it way more comfortable. So should you consider one of these kinds of systems? 100%. There are a couple different products out there. So there's the Chili Pad. The Chili Pad is an older version of the OOLER. It's made by the same company. They still put it out. Has a good bit less cooling power. Pretty sure it takes a little bit less power. I didn't think it would be enough. I do think I was right on that. I don't think I'd want anything less powerful than what I have. The OOLER also has a higher model, and that model takes a good bit more power, but also has a lot more cooling potential. That would be interesting. I think this is okay though. I really do think that this was the ideal choice, was the OOLER Cooler. Another company out there is 8 Sleep. 8 Sleep's unit is pretty awesome, and honestly, if it wasn't for one thing, I would have got it. The 8 Sleep is very reliant on an internet connection. An advantage it has though is it's a single unit. It runs one hose over, so it just would have been a lot cleaner than having one unit on each side of the bed, 2 hoses running into the mattress pad. So if you like this video, if you're going to check out OOLER, I'm not sponsored at all from them. I just love the product, especially for what it can do for sailing. Subscribe, like this video, ask me any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer. I'll put a link to OOLER's website in the description, and just let me know what else you want to know about.